right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the ghost. And they know I'm raw, and they know the spot, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You get focused on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
Nigga, I'm trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the devil. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home the truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he get them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this is what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Okay. Homie, I've been...
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and a brother or a sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what does a leaf do to a tree? Cover the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him and said, yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why are you? Don't mean I can't find you. He means like, who is this nigga, man? Where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Hamma wa Idea Yahau. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't, she can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he fucking need.
That's
brothers.
right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz, his name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, that afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens, and that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith, hey, y'all know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Hey, shalom, Israel, shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatam to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, with the ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, with the commanding general Yohana. Since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth about the Bible, the truth about the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the world of the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? That the people, people today just call, oh, well, you're African American, or you're Jamaican, or you're this, or you're that, you're Mexican, or you're Puerto Rican. They call you by the names of your who enslaved you, or they call you by what names of continents. You know what I'm saying? We since 1969 have been bringing out the true identity of the lost tribes of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And with that identity, again, always comes laws, comes a culture, comes history, and comes a language. All right, tonight's class is the Lashawan Qadash class, where I teach you how to speak, read, and write biblical Hebrew. All right. Most I want to say shalom to everybody that's on the live now. I see Ira in the building. Yahweh
Shalom, sir. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Most High in Christ. I also got the young man in the building. Shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. To brother too.
Shalom.
We got Carolina comments too. Yahweh Shema Alatah Bashem Yahweh Shai. And as y'all come in, make sure y'all like the video, drop a comment, drop your register in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Say shalom, drop some emojis. You know what I'm saying? Do we all how to do? All right. Before we get into tonight's class, so over tonight's class, we're going to practice reading biblical Hebrew. So what we're going to do first is we're essentially similar to how I do it when I go through the vocabulary, right? We're going to go through reading a verse in the Blue Letter Bible, which will be written in the Assyrian Hebrew. So it's practicing reading that Hebrew, reading that, of course, pronounced in the Paleo Hebrew, right? And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to convert that. So we're going to write out the verse in Paleo Hebrew. So we're going to write how the verse would have properly been written down in Paleo Hebrew. Okay. Shalom also to the sister Kwame Da, Yahweh Shema Alatah Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Without further ado, before we get into the main of the class, could you both state your registries for me? I'm gonna start with Ira.
Ira ban Banyamyan ban Yashra'ala.
No sign Christ. Ira ban Banyamyan ban Yashra'ala. And to the young man.
Gilad Fred ban Gad ban Yashra'ala.
No sign Christ. So Yalad Freddy ban Gad ban Yashra'ala. No sign Christ. Also got Kayala in the building. Kayala Bath Yahawada Bath Yashra'ala. But Kwame Da Bath Yahawada Bath Yashra'ala. All right, no sign Christ. We got Benjamin, we got God, we got Judah in the building. No sign Christ. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the get started with the class. Before we begin, does anyone want to go through? I think we've been doing this over the past few weeks, and I think y'all both damn near got it packed. But does anyone want to have a go at reading through the Hebrew alphabet from memory?
Another one come.
A,
Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Ta.
No sign Christ. No sign Christ. That's perfect. All right, young man, do you want to have a go also?
Call out one. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta.
Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Both of y'all got it perfect. All right, I see y'all been practicing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So, of course, everyone in the audience can see what those brothers were just reciting. All right, give me one moment. Let me get this up on the screen. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, so y'all can see here the Hebrew alphabet. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Right, and you see this below it. This is the Assyrian Hebrew or the modern Hebrew. Now, as we're reading the verses in the Blue Letter Bible, they'll be written in this Hebrew, but of course, we have to convert it into the Paleo Hebrew. Right, so that's what we're going to be doing over tonight's class. Now, Are both of you familiar or familiar enough with the Assyrian Hebrew?
Con, I don't want.
All right, no sweat. Of course,
not completely.
Say again.
Not completely, but I'm pretty familiar with it.
God, most high in Christ. Of course, if there's any letters or words we're struggling with, you know what I'm saying, I'm right here to help you. That's what I'm here for. All right, no sweat. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give y'all a verse, right? I'm going to randomize a verse. I had one randomized from before the class. We're going to start with Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. All right, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 31. Let me scroll down on the screen. Where we at? All right, so Isaiah 40 and 31. And we're going to read this verse in the Hebrew. So these are this is the verse in the modern Hebrew. Of course, we're reading from right to left. So the first verse, I don't know whether I should do it where we go word for word or where we go verse for verse. I'm gonna probably do where we go. What do y'all think? Word for word? I know.
Yeah, if it was the paleo, I would be more. How you say that? I would have more confidence in my abilities, but the Assyrian is a little less for me.
All right, no sweat. No sweat. We'll go word for word.
Unless I'm allowed to use my notes.
Oh yeah, you can always use your notes. You can always use your notes. I encourage anyone to use notes. But in fact, instead of sharing this screen, I'm gonna share this screen of the Blue Letter Bible, right? So with this one, this is gonna help us with the words because we can see what the root word is. Like with this first word, we can see the root word is what? How would you read this root word? So the root word is one at the bottom. You can tell me how we'd read that.
Is that qua? Quaya.
So it would be, so the second letter here
Quaya?
would be a Y.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I say quaya. So like, yeah. Quaya. And the last one is.
No, so okay, so this word here, young man, do you want to have a go at the word? The root word of the first.
Quaya?
Not quite.
Okay.
So this word here would just be pronounced as kwawa. Right? Kwawa. So you got the kwa and then a wa and a ha. Would be kwawa. Right? So when it's the word written in the verse, it starts with the letter wa. Now that wa is what? Who can tell me?
You mean if it's a preposition? Preposition?
Yeah, the Y here is a preposition, as the brother said, right? So the Y is a preposition, which means like and or like it's basically carrying on, like and, therefore, or but. But simply put, it would be like and, right? So you have and, then the root here is kwawa. But you can see it's kind of shortened here, but it would still be pronounced as kwawa and then a letter at the end of it, right? If that makes sense. So he wants to have a go. Let me give this to Ira, how you'd read the first word.
All right. Wakwaya.
La. We've added in a ya somewhere before at the end.
I'm supposed to read right after 40 and 31, right?
Yeah, so you're reading right this word right here. Hey, shalom to Ayala also. Yahushua ala Bashim Yahushua.
Yahushua ala Bashim Yahushua.
No sign Christ. Good to see you.
Yahushua ala Bashim Yahushua. So we got a wa, we got a kwa,
Mm-hmm.
another wa, and there's a ya.
Mm-hmm. Con.
So wa, kwa, wa, wa ya. Yeah.
That's correct. So wakwawa ya, right? The root
Wa
word
wa
here,
ya.
the root
And what
word
did I
is
say at the first? What did I say when
said
in the beginning?
wakwaya or something like that. You said wakwaya.
Ra.
We just missed out the first wa, right? But it would be, so it would be
Kwa wa ya.
right? The root word being kwawa, right? So it's wa, kwawa, ya. Okay. The next
And so
word,
the kwa and the wa, the second wa are connected.
the kwa. Hold on. You said the kwa and the second wa are connected.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not
I'm
necessarily,
asking.
not necessarily connected, but that's the root word. Like the root word you can see here is kwawa with a ha at the end. Right? So when you read in this word, it would be wa kwawa, which comes from kwawa, and then a ya at the end. So wa kwawa ya is how you'd read that word. Does that make sense?
If I may sidebar real quick too, sir, what is the meaning of shalak ya'al?
Shalak ya'al. Okay, is that a word in this verse or that's a separate verse? That's a separate word.
I have it written down on a note, and the whole week I've been asking myself what the hell it is.
Okay. Is this a is it two words or is it one word?
It's like this.
Hold on, let me see. Let me put you up on the screen. All right, so we got Shalak Ya'ala. Okay, Shalak Ya'ala. Okay, no sweat, so let's find it. All right, let me go in the open a separate blue letter Bible just so I don't lose where we at. Share the screen. Well, matter of fact, I'm gonna go into where is it? Bible Hub. Let's see if we can find it. All right, so I'm gonna need to search. So Shalak, Ya, Allah. Let's copy that here. Search it. Shalak, Ya, Allah. Okay. All right, so it's not there. Let's search the word Shalak. Okay. Shalak. Are you sure it's Shalak? If you have where you found this word, or is it somebody's name or something?
Might be, yeah. I got it on my it's on my alphabet note.
Okay, let me see.
And I couldn't
it's like if you could put it back up on the screen. Let's see. Shalak Ya Allah. Okay. So it would be something of God, but I'm not finding the word Shalak.
Yeah.
It could be Shalah. There's a brother in the school named Shalah Ya Allah. Let me see if I search that. It's probably the way it's sometimes
if it's the name of somebody, then it might be a sister.
I'm not sure. Let me see. If I get where is could you grab my interlinear? We're just gonna find it. Door. It should be in there. Okay. We're gonna find it. Door. All right, let's see. So Shalak. Okay.
I forgot that I can use the Blue Letter Bible myself too.
Mm-hmm. With the Blue Letter Bible, it's hard to find a word that you have in Hebrew and then kind of turn it back the other way. Usually, the Blue Letter Bible is better for that, but some.
You mean the Bible who?
Yeah,
right?
Bible Hub. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it can be a little funny also. But let me see if I can find it. So, looking for the word, really Shalak. The Ya'ala would be like of God. So let me see if I can find. I'm gonna go to how was La Shallah. I'm in Shah. I have Shallah. Okay, but we're looking for Shalak, which would be Zakha. Bada bing. Shalak. Okay, Shalak. Seeing one that means to put or to send away. I'm seeing one that means a missile or a spear. It says a missile of attack, a spear. One word means Shalak. On the same the patriarch Salah. Okay.
There's a few people with the name too.
It's likely going to be Spear. I would imagine if this is the brother's name, it's probably going to be like Spear of the Most High, right? Other translations are sword, weapon, dart, missile. So it's more than likely going to be, it'll be like Spear of God. Right?
Okay.
That's what it'll be translated as. Let's see if there's any other. Yeah, Shalakim is like javelin. Yeah, it'd be like Spear of God. That would be the meaning of that. Go ahead.
Would spear also be Kanaya? Kanaya.
I'm trying to remember from the last class. If you have it down as there's multiple words that mean similar things. Go ahead, Ayala.
When you said that what would how it says on what it said on tools, what did it mean by something about Jerusalem?
You said where it said on tools?
Yeah. On the other PowerPoint. On the other.
This is like a previous class.
It was on one of the. I can't.
Let me see if I can find it. Bada bing, bada boom. So is this like? Say again.
It's the last one that it was the one that you was just on.
The last one I was just on. So, like the screen share today.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I see what you're saying. So like right here where it says tools here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just the tools in the Blue Letter Bible, which is like an app or a website. The tools, if you go to here, you can see things like the interlinear. This will show you the verse in the Hebrew, right? And then there's other tools. The main one you want from the Blue Letter Bible is really the interlinear. That's the main one you would use. And it just shows the verse written in the Assyrian Hebrew. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I got a random question. How are you typing the Assyrian in the Blue Letter? Do you have a keyboard?
Yeah. So I use this app. It's called Lexilogs. And see these. Let me small this phone. See these keys down here? Like it transfers my keyboard into these letters here. So like if I was to type Shalom, the Shah here it puts as a W. So I'm gonna put W, then L, then Shift M because the M is at the end of the word. And that's kind of how I get this and just copy it over into say Bible Hub, right? And not this one. Bible Hub. I search Shalom.
What's the name of the thing?
I suppose it's I had to type in. I almost don't want to say it. You said what?
The name of what you're using, Shalak for me.
It's called Lexi.
Lexilog.
Lexi Logos. Yeah, if you want, I can send you no sweat, I underbar. I can send you the link. I can send it to your WhatsApp. All right, so let's.
Can you, if I may, is this only on the is this only for a computer, or can I use this for my?
Nah, you can get it on your on your phone too. But with
Yeah, I
your
just opened it on my phone here.
yeah, with your phone also, what's the word? You can download like a Hebrew keyboard to your phone. Like you can
Yeah,
download
I
it.
think you sent me that link one time, man, but I don't have it anymore.
You just had to go to like keyboard settings. You can add different languages, and then you can add you can
Hebrew.
add Hebrew exactly. All right. Also selected just to show y'all where I was at when I found Shalak. So we in this big ass book right here. Oop, might have stuck. Hold on. I'll just go back to this view. I'm gonna take off my virtual background so I can show y'all. All right, so I'm probably to zoom in. Gonna be on this side. Where we at with it? Shalak. Like here. Okay, it's like right here. Probably can't even. Let me see. It's
Let
gonna
it
be
focus a little.
yeah. It's gonna be 9-7. Might just find it. Hold on. Let me just search the H number. 7973. Let me get it over here. Right. If I search H7973, it's gonna give us Shalak. All right, which is translated as weapon, missile, sprout, dart, which in that case would be like a oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on, let me get this back up. Bada bing, bada boom. This word here, shalak, right? Weapon, sword, a missile of attack, a spear, figuratively a shoot of growth, like something's darting out, right? So that's where it can be translated as sprout. The water. All right, let's see. It comes from the root. That's here. With the send. All right, so shalak ya Allah. It could also depend on how you're using it, because the word shalak here could be to send out. So it could maybe even be sent by the Most High or sent of God, something along those lines. I would say it's either spear of the Most High, or spear of the power, or like sent by the power, or something along those lines. Right? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if you answered the question before, but what's the difference between that and Kanaya?
The spear and Kwanaya, right? So if we look up, what was it, spear or was it javelin? Look at spear, right? Because there'll be which can mean similar things, right? So we have
Spear was Kanayat.
Kanaya.
Kanayat.
Kanayath. Yeah, so that would be this one here, right? Kanayath, which means spear or javelin. So you can see it's translated as spear 41 times. So when we deal with the Hebrew, like there'll be multiple words which mean the same thing, but the words that's translated the most as the word you're trying to say, that will be the word you'd use for
the more accurate.
Yeah, like you see here, this word quinan is also used to say spear, but it's used once, right? Go ahead.
Is spear and javelin technically the same thing because you have to throw both of them?
Yeah. A spear and a javelin are pretty much the same in essence, right?
Mm-hmm. A javelin is longer though, right? It's like almost like a staff with a spear at the end, but a spear could be something.
So let me look it up. Let's have a look at a javelin. I mean, like modern day javelins are like used what, like the Olympics and that sort of thing, like the javelin throw. But really, a javelin in essence, if you boil it all the way down, it's just a spear. This is how it's used today, like in the sport of javelin. In the olden days, I mean, you look at it, it's just a spear. It's the same thing. Like you see this image here, it would just be a spear.
It's a lot.
Go ahead.
While we're on this topic, did you ever get back with us with that word Zion or no?
Yeah, I think I covered that over is it not 2 classes ago? So hold on, let me get it up on the screen so I can show you. All right, so with Zion, It doesn't have like a H word per se, but it's found in the pictorial alphabet. All right, so let me grab the picture I put up on the screen. Hold on, I gotta look through my notes. Where is that? Where is it at? Hold on, standby. I see y'all installing. Y'all definitely don't want to read that Hebrew. I see y'all asking all the questions as well. All of a sudden, get all the questions as well. Now I feel it. I understand. All right, let me get this. All right, so this over here, right? We can see like from the word, which one was it? Za'ai, right? So from this word Za'ai, and it gives the breakdown. It means sweat. No, hold on. There's this one, yeah. This is Za'ai, which means to tremble or sweat. It says the pictograph. Now, this is the letter Za in the pictograph alphabet, right? Is a picture of an agricultural cutting implement such as the mattock or the hoe, and associated with weapons, right? And then the eye is a picture of the eye, right? So like in you have, of course, the Paleo Hebrew alphabet. Before you had the Paleo Hebrew alphabet, you literally have like, I don't want to say similar to like hieroglyphics, but you'd have letters which were just pictures, right? And they made up the words. Like before you had, let me get the Paleo. Before you had this, you'd actually have like a picture of an eye for the letter I. You'd have what's it called? We just said the image of like the mattock or the hoe, the agricultural tool, right? But can be associated with weapons. So when we go back here, it said, so with the word Za'ai, it means to tremble, right? And the eye is a picture of an eye and the meaning of a experience or knowledge. So combined, you have this word which can mean weapon or the agricultural tool like the mattock or the hoe, which is basically like similar to a scythe, it looks like, right? And then you have the eye, right? So this word means weapon. This word means eye. Translated here, you can see it means weapon seen, right? Fear or an enemy. So like for example, this word means tremble because say if you see a weapon, you have that fear or there's an enemy or you're alert, right? So that's how kind of words developed over time. But that's the meaning of the that's where we get Za being Zayan, which means weapon. Right? Does that make sense? No sweat. Right, we're good to go. Let's get back to where we was at. So we have the first word, Wakwawaya.
Wakwaya. Wakwawaya.
Wakwawaya. Okay. Then I'm gonna get the next word. Let me give the next word. Yeah, let me get young man. Let me get the next word.
So would that be Yahweh?
Not Yahweh. This is a word.
Wa?
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yep. So that's Yahweh, right? Okay. Let me get the next word. Right now, the next word here. I'm gonna give this to Ayala. Right now, you can see with this word, we're gonna read through it in a second, but let's just go to the origin. Right, the origin is the word kalap. Right, kalap, which means to renew. So when we read this word, which is how it's written in the verse, we're going to have the root word kalap in our mind, right? I want you to have a go at trying to read this word. And if you need any help or assistance, just let me know and I can help you with it. So you're going to read what's highlighted. Am I sharing the right one? Let's make sure. Yeah. So if you want to grab the Hebrew alphabet, so you can what's the word? Know the letters for it, and then we'll practice reading it. Let's see where we are with this. Okay. Hold on, I think Ayala might have left the desk. I know she's actually, I think she's back. Hold on.
If not, I would like to do it. There she is.
Let's see. Let's see.
She just got back.
Ayala, you there?
Gone.
Okay, multi-class. Okay, so what I want you to do is have a go at reading this word that's highlighted on the screen, right? Now, the root word, meaning that the word that this, I'll say this phrase originates from, is kala, right? See the ka, the la, and the pa. This word would be kala, right? But I want you to try reading this word here, okay?
Is it ancient? So would it be? So if I have the sheet, can I put it in the ancient Hebrew?
Yeah.
So first is so it'll be ka.
Okay, so just to make sure you know, so the word you're reading is this one above.
Okay.
This
Ka.
one. Mm-hmm.
Go. Go. No, get out. Is it color?
Okay, yeah, so the root word here is kalap. That's perfect, right? So that's the root word, right? But what I want you to try reading is this word here, right? So it's going to use kalap, but it has some additions to it. Hold on, I don't know if I'm frozen. Can you all hear me?
Yeah. You good? You good?
Okay. All right, man.
No.
Not quite. All right, so I'm gonna read it through. Right, so we have the word kalap, which means what? To renew. Okay. Then you have ya as a preposition, so it'd be ya. Then the word is kalap, so we know it's going to be ka la. But we have this word in between the la and the pa. So you'd read this as kalayap, right? Instead of saying kalap, you would say kalayap. So it's going to be ya kalayap wa. So ya kalayap wa. Does that make sense? Most High Christ, right? So we have wakwawa ya, Yahweh, ya kalayapwa. Okay, that's where we at. We get the next word back to Ira. Now this is the word
next
we deal with.
That one is ka and cha. Kach.
Kach, right? Let's think of like the prayer for the power, which is what? Hakak, right? Being the kach is power or strength, might, right? So we have, like, if you scroll down, kach here is strength. Okay. Then I'm probably do it not necessarily this way because it can be out of order sometimes, right? But the next word we have is this one, right? Now I'm gonna go to where it's shown. Hold on. If I scroll, yeah, let's go to where it's shown on the here, right? So again, we can see what the root, what the root word is, and then we'll read how it's read in the verse. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. That's for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be Ya'ayala.
It's not on the screen no more, sir.
Salaki, I don't know what happened here. Scroll back down. Now, what verse was we at? What's happened here?
40 and 31.
Let me click back. There we go.
Here we
Salaki,
go.
if you could say again, yeah, man.
Ya'ayala.
La'ayla.
Ya'ayala.
The last letter is not Ya.
Za.
What is what?
La'ayaza.
Not Za.
No.
No?
Nope.
No.
Let me go to my notes.
I would say it looks similar to the Na, but it's short.
The na that you have to put at the end.
Wa?
Wa.
Yeah.
La'ayawa.
So La'ayla Wa.
La'ayla Wa.
Messiah Christ. No sweat. That's the word. All right. So Ya'ayla. It's like Ya'ayla. Damn. Ya'ayla Wa.
Ya'ayla Wa.
Ya'ayla Wa. Okay. Messiah Christ. Then we have the next word in the verse. And I'm I think scrolling down as to what I think it's all in. Yeah, it's all in order. So we just can read on by scrolling. All right. The next word I'm gonna give to Ayala. Right. So this word is just the same as the root word. Okay. Could you read this word in Hebrew for me?
In there from last week.
Lucky, so which one is it?
It's this word here, the one that's highlighted.
Okay. Is that one or bottom?
Either one. It's the same word.
Oh.
That's Shrek? I recognize that as Shrek. So
What did you say, sir?
I can hear the movie in the background. I'm pretty sure it's Shrek. I don't know why I know that, but I don't know.
You must have watched it a few times.
Bro, you done seen that movie a few times, baby.
Hey, man, listen. Okay, go ahead, Ayala.
I'm not sure because I'm not sure which letters go together, but I know all the letters that are on there.
Okay, so what are the letters?
I can help out.
A, Ba, and Da.
So A, Ba, and the last letter is not Da, but it's what?
Oh, is it Ra?
Ra. That's correct.
Ra.
So the letters are A, Ba, and Ra, right? This word would be read as Abar, right? Abar. So the A would be separate, and then the Ba and the Ra would be joined together. Abar.
Okay? Salakia. If I may, just the Ra and Ba, Salakia. Ra and Ba look the same. It's not Ba. Ra and is it Ba?
Okay, so this is A, this is Ba, and this is Ra.
So the difference is the vertical line. Ra has more of a straight line.
Horizontal line here?
Yeah, the Ba has a whole horizontal line down there.
Yes, you could say that the difference of the Ba has this horizontal line right here. All right, so that's a bar. Okay?
No, I was looking, Salaki. I was looking for the symbol that resembles Ra. That's not Ba, because Ba looks like a box. That's how I remember that.
Right.
It's da and ba. Da and ra look the same.
Yeah.
But ra has
Yeah, so I see that's even why Ayala would have got a bit confused. So the ra is almost like it's one line. It's
it looks like an R almost.
It's like joined,
straight.
right?
But the da got it has like a like a little curve into it.
Yeah, the
Right.
da is two lines, right? It's like a line straight across and then the line going down, whereas the ra is just one line, this right angle, right? So that's how you distinguish between those two. If I could show y'all on this screen, let me just get this up. Like this is the ra, and this is the da, right? So in here, it looks like it's kind of joined, but if you was writing this by handwriting, you just write a line across, and then a line down slightly before the end of the first line, right? If that makes sense.
And the ra is one line, one swift.
Yeah.
I just look at the raw having a sharp corner like an R. Like an R actually has that, you know how it you know?
Something like
but
that.
the jaw.
Like even over here, so this would be the Assyrian Hebrew like handwritten. So this is the ra, right? It's just one line curve with a right angle. And the da would be two lines. The da straight across, straight down. Straight across, and before this line ends, straight down. Right? Alright, so let's get back where we was at. Bada bing, bada boom. Right here. So the word we on now is this one. The word for as eagles. Alright, the root word here. The best way is to read the root word first and then read the word. So you know what's together for sure. Or you can have a better idea, I guess.
Right.
That's over to Ira, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. There's then nashar is the root word. So the up one will be one second. So like a 1 second, sir.
No, sir.
Ba. Banashar.
That first letter is a ka.
Yeah. Says it is a car. Let me see. What is the car?
Sorry.
Yeah. So it'll be kanashar. Wam. Yam.
There we go. So kanasharium, right?
Kanasharium.
So you have ka, which is a preposition which means as or like. You have neshar, which means eagle, and then nesharium would be eagles. So like as the eagles, right? Or as or like eagles, right?
Plural.
Plural. Come on. All right. So let's get the next word. All right. This word here. We'll go into this word. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. This word is going to be ratazar, right? Like ratazar, right? So the ra and the wa, even if that y is there, I'm not always convinced. I see like this one here just does it as ratazar, right? So this word, hold on, imperfect means it hasn't been completed. Yaratazar, bada bing, bada boom. Let me see, ratazar to run. I'm gonna read this as Ratazar, right? This is gonna be Ratazar. All right, so over to the young man. We're gonna read this word out.
Ratazar.
Mm-hmm. That wa, I think that's like if I go into it, pronounce it. Like even I see here Ratazat, right? Which makes me think this Y is something that the oppressor added in, right? Like even Ratazar, third person masculine singular. Like Rawatazar would be if it's present tense, right? Like it says here, the imperfect tense, it does Rawatazar, right? Now that the imperfect tense basically means the action isn't complete. So it'd be like running or will run. Matter of fact, okay, if it's imperfect and in the verse it's for they shall run, okay, that means it's not be completed. Okay, so this word would be Rawatazar, right? Salakia, Rawatazar.
Yeah, that sounded more like it.
Mm-hmm.
Slakia ran out of
No,
service.
sir. All right, so the word here, so this word is going to be Rawatazar, and then if you could put that together with this this phrase.
You talking to me, sir?
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
It's Yara Wa Iwa.
No.
Not quite.
Yara.
This letter here, so this letter is Taza if it's at the end of a word. This would be Taza if it's in the middle or beginning of a word. So that fourth letter here would be Taza.
Service.
You know, some people say it kind of looks like the I letter, but the I would be this one. So they both have that similar top part, but the part is different, right? So this letter here is Taza.
Yara I Tazaya. Yara Wa Tazawa. Yara Wa Tazawa.
Right? So the root, just think of the root is what you pronounce like by itself. It's like the word. Rawatazar. Right? So
Yeah, he wasn't there when you was explaining it.
yeah, can't be tough, right? So the root word is Rawatazar. You would read this is as Rawatazawa. Right? Just think of it as like that. Like the same with Nashar, we have Ka Nasharyam. Right? Just think of it as almost like three different parts. Rawatazawa. Rawatazawa. It could be a little tricky. With that Rawatazar, that could be a little tricky. Rawatazar. Yeah, but and then the Y at the end also kind of throw you up. But Rawatazawa. You almost take that slight pause, right? Rawatazawa. That's kind of how you'd say that. All right. More sign Christ. All right. Next word, we give to Ayala. So Ayala, what I want you to do first is read the bottom one, which is the root word, and then we're gonna read the top one. Okay. Is Ayala still in? Yeah, come.
The bottom one is La'ah.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
And the top one is Wala'ah.
Wala'ah. Excellent, right? So it uses the preposition wa, which means and, right? So wala'ah. Right? It's amazing, right? The word. Okay, the next word, Ira. Again, you're gonna read the root word, and then we'll put it together in the phrase.
Wagai.
First letter is gonna be, it's not wa.
Yeah. Yagai.
Yagai.
And the upstairs one is Yagai.
Yagaiwa.
Yagaiwa. Yagaiwa.
That's correct, right? So the root word is yagai. So this word here is going to be yagaiwa, right? Like this ya would be like he. Yagai means wary. And this y is where it's talking. Usually we're talking about multiple people, right? So really it's they shall be wary. Or, well, it says the la'ah, in fact, right? So you will not be wary, right? La'ah yagaiwa, right? Okay, let's get the next word, young man. We'll read the root and then read it in the phrase.
Which one am I looking at, sir? Salaki?
This one here, Salaki.
Yalabwa.
Yalakwa. Perfect, right? So the root is yalak, which means to go or to walk. And then it says yalakwa, right? Meaning they will walk, right? This wa again is where you're talking about what's the word? The third person, not the third. Yeah, the third person plural, right? Like they. Right? We're really talking about they, right? Yalakwa. Okay. But the next word again, Ayala.
Huh?
The next word is not on the screen.
The next word right here.
Ain't that the same word she did?
Yeah, but it's again. It's said again in the verse. So Ayala, if you could read this word again for me.
So lucky. So which one is it?
This one here that's highlighted.
Is it the bottom one or the top one?
This one here that's highlighted. It would be the top one, right? This one here.
Wala
again. All right, perfect. So it's they shall walk. So yalakwa, wala so and not. And then the last word of this verse.
Ya'aipa.
Yeah. So this word would be ya'ai. All right, so it would be ya'ai.
And the upstairs would be then ya'aipwa.
Ya'aipwa. Exactly. So it's like they will walk and they will not faint. Right? So again, ya'aip would be to faint. Right? So lucky. I don't know what that is.
I'm so sorry.
No sweat. All right, we're good. All right, they will walk and not faint. Okay, so that's the verse in the Hebrew. So we read the full verse. Let me go back to the verse. So from what we read, we have here Wakwawa ya Yahweh Ya Kalayapwa Kak Ya Lailawa Abar Kanasharium Yarawatazawa Wala'a Ya Yagaiwa Ya Yalakwa Wala'a Ya Aikwa. Right? So that would be that full verse. Okay? Most High in Christ. All right? Hey, shalom also Salakia to Zachariah Bangad, Banya Sha'ala, Most High in Christ, Yahweh Shmi Al Barakatah. All right? So that would be the verse. Okay? So now what I want y'all to do is to write down the verse in the, let me see. Let's do the select it. Write down the verse in the Assyrian Hebrew. Then we're going to write it in the what's it called? Hold on 1 second. We're gonna write it in the Hebrew in the English letters.
Paleo?
Right.
Oh.
And then we're going to put it together. We're gonna transfer it into the Paleo Hebrew. Okay, so I want y'all to write this Hebrew. Then I'm gonna get another text box, put it below, and we're gonna write this out. Right. So again, y'all can like how would we read? What was the first word again? We're gonna go through it again, basically.
The first word was wataza waya.
Not taza, but wa.
Wakwa waya.
Wakwa. We do the preposition.
Waya.
Waya. It's like you wakwa wa ya. Right? Hold on. Wakwa
No,
waya.
of was it wa kwaya. Wa kwa.
That's the one, right?
Wa kwaya. No, with a ya at the end. Kwawa ya. Wa kwawa ya.
Yeah, right. So wa, which is a preposition, kwawa ya. Right? That's how that word would be written in the English letters. All right. No sweat.
It was Isaiah.
Say again.
The first was in Isaiah. Yes.
Isaiah 40 and verse 31.
And 31.
All right. So we're gonna start with wakwawaya. Then young man, what was the second word?
Yahweh.
Yahweh. All right. Wakwawaya. Yahweh. Yahweh. All right. Then the third word. Ayala, do you remember how to pronounce that third word here? No, this thing's kind of in the way. Let me try and zoom in. Do you know how to pronounce this word here? She might be away from her. Oh no, you see that. So the root word we had was kalap. So what we're gonna have is ya as a preposition. Then ka, la, yap, wa. Right, kala, yap, wa. We can even split this this y at the end. Right, I'm gonna do the same with this. All right. We'll call we and wa means what? To wait. Okay. Where was we just at? Right here. Right? Wakwawa ya, Yahweh, ya, kala yapwa. All right, what's the next word?
The next word is those two letters, right?
Yep.
Those two letters was 1 second. Let me go back to Kach and Kach. Kach was it? Kach.
Mm-hmm. All right, so kach. And the next word
would be Yatazala.
Not taza.
Oh, Yai, Lawa.
So it would be ya. So ya would be the preposition. The root word here for this one was ila, right? So ya la ilawa, right?
Ya ilawa.
It should be like they raise up With might, they raise up. Okay. Then the next word, Ayala, it's going to be this one.
So lucky, sir. Is it a bar?
A bar. Perfect, right? Your Ilowa, a bar. All right, so it's going into the next line. A bar. Okay. Then what we got? Your Ira.
The next one is. She just say a bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Kana Shar.
So Ka. No.
Kanasharium.
Kanasharium. All right, that's right. The next word.
Ya, Ra,
Mm-hmm.
Yara Tazawa. Yara Tazawa.
So Ya,
Yara Tazawa.
Ra, Wa, Tazawa. All right, so Ya, Rawa Watazawa. All right, that's right. Ya, Rawa. Yeah. Ya, Rawatazawa. Okay. All right, the next word or the next part, Ayala.
So lucky, sir. Which one is it?
This one here. This word.
Is it? So lucky, sir. It's not showing for some reason.
Not showing. Hold on. Let me zoom in.
The second to last name.
This word in the middle here.
This one.
Yep.
With it will be voila.
So it'll be Wa La A.
Voila.
Right? Wa La A. Right? Which means and not. Right? La A. Okay. The next word. Oops, lucky. The next phrase.
It's me.
Mm-hmm.
There will be Wala.
Not the word after that, or the phrase after that, I should say.
Ya gaai.
Mm-hmm.
Ya gaai wa.
Ya Yagaiwa. Right? So
Ya yagaiwa.
Mm-hmm. The next phrase, let's try and click off this to, there you go. Young man. So after Ya Yagaiwa, what do we have? Let me make sure it's still on the stream. Yeah, it's still on the stream. Young man, you have the next one?
Salaki, where are we, sir?
We right here. This word here.
I can't see where you're at. So.
No sweat. Start to zoom in. So we write on this first word of the second line.
Come. Yalakwa.
Yalakwa. All right, Yalakwa. Perfect. Get this in here. Bada bing, bada boom. Yalakwa. All right, Yalakwa. What's the next? The next phrase, Ayala. So this one here. That one in the middle.
Sir, 1 second, real quick, because I think I left my water running.
No sweat. Yala, do you have this word in the middle?
The top one or the bottom one?
And the bottom one. This one here.
Is it Wala?
Wala right? So it's Wala again. So Wala okay. And then this last word, I'm gonna give it to the young man since Ira. Oh no, Ira, you back?
I'm back. I'm back, sir.
Also in Christ. That last word for me.
Yes. I.
It's like you continue.
I. I. Power.
Okay, so that's gonna be Ipwa. Right?
So
Ipwa.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Ipwa. All right, so Ipwa. All right, Most High in Christ. So again, as we read this verse, and now we have it in the English letters. But it's like here. So Wakwa ya Yahweh ya Pala Yapwa Kak ya Ilawa Abar Kanasharium ya Rawatazawa Wala'a ya Yagaiwa ya Lakwa Wala'a ya Ipwa. Right? So now what I want y'all to do is turn this Hebrew into the Paleo Hebrew. So now we're going to convert it into the Paleo Hebrew. All right. I'm also currently working on it on the digital side as well. So once y'all have it, y'all can show me what y'all have written and I'll put it up on the screen also. All right. So y'all work on that. I'm gonna give you about 10 minutes to write this verse out in the Hebrew. Of course, if anyone finishes within that time, just let me know. You can show the screen. All right. So y'all work on that. And then we'll, of course, if anyone has any questions, online, or you just have a question, if you're in the class, let me know. Also, let me put up the, for anybody working on obtaining the Hebrew name, make sure you fill in this attendance sign-in sheet. I'm about to link in the chat. No sweat, go ahead. You got a question?
How would I show mine if I don't? Because I've got my background on.
That's fine. So it might not. You'd either have to take the background off, or if you're not able to, you can just leave it. Once I put up the answers on the screen, I'll show you. Right? I'll show you if you've got it right. So you'll just check over what you've written, and if it's like how I've put it up on the screen, if you've got it right. Okay. All right. So you're gonna write out the full verse in Paleo Hebrew, also using the connectors. All right. So y'all let me know once you've finished, and we'll check it. Okay. Let's do this. All right, I'm also doing it with y'all just digitally. All right, but if y'all have any, let me know also if y'all see any comments, just because I might be on a different screen at times.
All right, sir, I'm gonna check it out for you.
All right, the water. Of course, if there's any questions, you can answer any questions. All right. Also, make sure you'll tune in Not only tune in if y'all are in the Leicester area next Saturday, so on the 31st of May, we'll be holding another scripture breakdown class in Leicester in the Caribbean Center. I'll be taught by myself. So make sure you're tuned in. If you can't make it there physically, you know what I'm saying, bring all your questions. And as always, the ISUPK will answer every question you have. All right. So that's going to be next Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. All right, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. UK time, of course. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. So that's get all the eyes. Yeah, all right, Loa. He just jumped up. Let me see. All right, no sign, Chris. Hey, Shalom Diana, Yahweh Shema, Allah Tabashim Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema, Tabashim Yahweh Shai.
No sign, Christ. How you doing? You two up?
Khan.
No sign, Christ. Good to see you. All right, so what we've been doing over this class, we've been essentially, we went over a verse. So I just had ChatGPT send me a random verse in the Old Testament. We went through Isaiah 40 and verse 31. We read through each word, went through it word by word in the Blue Letter Bible, right? And what we've got from here is basically how we would pronounce it. So how we would pronounce it, say, in the English letters. So what I'd like you to do, you don't have to write this verse out in English if you want. You can do, but I need you to write Isaiah 40 and 31. I want you to write the Hebrew in the Assyrian Hebrew, so the modern Hebrew. Then write out the Hebrew in the English letters. So this verse is, of course, how you like read this out, right? And then I want you to translate it into the Paleo Hebrew. So that's what we're doing now, right? So what I'm going to do, just of course, for time's sake, you might not be able to do the whole thing in, before we end the class. If you need to, I can have the sheet sent to you, or you could take a screenshot and you could complete it, after the class, or, if you'd like, right? Of course, if you have any questions as well, just let me know. All right. Okay, so let me finish. All right. Put in the par. Put in the par here. Okay. Get 2 pars right here. Taza.
So look here, sir. In the text, when it said a bar, would that be in like dad?
Not the word abar. The word for dad is abba. So it'd be just an a and a ba, right? But the word abar, I believe when we got it, abar was wings, right? Abar was wing. Okay. But that's definitely good. I see it. I see, of course, you put in, what sounds similar, right? That's excellent. And no sweat on the bar. Okay. All right, so I'm almost done on this side. So again, y'all just carry on. I'm gonna put it up on the screen shortly, and I'll just do the connectors with y'all. All right, so you can again see how you put the connectors together. Of course, the letters are easy to just what's the word? But it's figuring out where to put the connectors, right? So I'm gonna do that with you.
So look here, sir.
Yep, go ahead.
So because you sent over like the sheets that we have, can I buy like a worksheet of them?
For what? For the Hebrew?
Like Hebrew.
For just the Hebrew letters or for something else?
Like, can I have a sheet of like the colors?
Oh, Khan. Yeah, I can send them over to a Howard bar and she can send it to you.
Can I also have family members too?
Mm-hmm. Khan. All right, so family members and colors. I will make a note. Family members and colors. Oh, yeah, let me just text myself. Matter of fact, can you make a note? The water. All right.
Water.
All right, so let me put in the connectors, right? So I've got the Hebrew on the screen, right? So the first word we have is wakwawaya, right? So we're gonna have wa, and kwa, wa. This letter would usually be joined with a ha, right? But in this word, it's gonna be wakwawaya. Each letter is pronounced fully. Okay. Next word, Yahweh. So ya, ha, and then this one, ha, would be joined. All right, so let me get the joiner one. Right? Yahweh. Okay. Now the easier way to do it is for me to just put in all the singles first and then put in all the joins. So I'll probably just do that, right? But y'all can see how it works, right? So this next one we have is Ya Kalayap. It's like Ya Kalayapwa. So Ya Ka La, oops, like you. La, and then Yap Wa. All right, Cox. Ya Ila, Ya Ila Wa. So this would be, each word is singular. Ya Ila Wa. Okay. Then we have Abar. The only letter single is A. Ka, Na, Sha would be joined, and Yam would be joined. Yarawa. Yarawa Tazarwa. Yarawa Tazawa. That's how that would be done. All right. Yarawa Tazawa. Let's go down. Then we have Wala'a. You know, each word is separate, each letter is separate, so like here. All right, so Wa, La'a. Then we have Ya, Yagai. So Ya, Gai, Wa. All right, Ya, Lak, Wa. So we need 2. Wala'a. All right, then Ya, all right. So Ya Ipor, and that's the end of the verse. So let me get the joiner letters. Okay, so this word here we joined Yakala Yapwa, Kak. All right, Ya Ilawa, Abar. Join these together. Kana Shar. So Shar would be joined. Yam would be joined. All right. Yarawatazawa is all singular. Next line. Yagaiwa. So this guy and I would be joined. And Yalakwa. Okay. All right, so that would be the verse. So that's the verse in the Paleo Hebrew, right? Yakwawaya, Yakwawaya, Yahweh, Yakala Yap, Yakala, damn, Yakala Yapwa, right? Cox.
Mouthful.
Yailawa, Abar, Kanasharium, Yara Watazawa, Wala'a, Yagaiwa, Yalakwa, Wala'a, Yaipwa. Right? I actually find this Hebrew way easy to read than
Yeah.
I find this is about as easy to read as this. this is a bit, I won't say tricky because of the letters, because I know the letters pretty fluently, but it's tricky figuring out where the connectors go. So that's
for sure.
You have to know what the root words are. So you kind of, again, like how I went through with y'all, once you know what the root word is, then you know where to go from there. You know what's been added, you know what's been taken away, but you know how the root word is supposed to sound, right?
The Asian one is much more simpler, to my opinion.
Most definitely. All right, but that is, so once everyone's finished writing down that, or if you've what's the word? If you finish writing it down, check against it. If you haven't finished writing it down, of course, it's on the screen to help you continue. And then what I'm going to do is set up for the second part of the class. We got just a few minutes just to go through a few bits of vocabulary. So what I'm going to even do is, while you're writing down that, I'm going to get the vocab that we've learned from this class, from this verse, right? Like, for example, the first word, which is kwawa, which is the root word, which means to wait. Okay, so kwawa means to wait, or to look for, and put to wait for. Okay. Then you have Yahweh, of course, is the Lord. Yahweh. Okay. How's it showing? Right. Then we have, I can even just, I think we're all pretty familiar with prepositions, but of course I'm gonna put them in for anyone new that might be watching. Right. So this wa is a I don't know how I spelled that so wrong. Preposition. All right. Wa is a preposition, meaning and. Okay, you got Yahweh, then you got Yakalayapwa. The root was kalap, which means to change, to pass on. Let me get it here. The root kalap, the double A, means to change. To change or pass away, like pass on. Kind of like how, like, say, autumn changes into winter. Winter passes on into spring. Spring passes on into summer. That sort of thing, right? So to change or to pass on. You say renew. Okay. You just carry on with this. Y'all let me know once you finished writing down the verse. And then we'll move on to the next part.
You only find the English part.
Okay. All right. Power. Okay.
Shilaki, sir, can I be excused, please?
Excuse. Yahweh Shema, Shalom.
Yashma Alpha Bashmi Shalom.
Come on, man, Christ. So, okay. Let me see. Your guy needs to tire. Labor / become weary. Okay, then we have to walk. Yeah, I means
Yeah. I got it.
all right, no sign of Christ. Okay, we got a few minutes left, so I'm gonna go into the second part of the class. So where are we starting from? Is Exodus. Wait, 25 and 15? No, it's hold on. Where we at? I think it was 26 and 25.
I thought you was gonna do Isaiah.
Yeah. I've done that. So let me scroll down so you can see what I've done already. All right, so these are really the words from Isaiah 40 and what's it? What we just read? 31 or 30? Yeah, 31.
40 and 31.
Yeah, so these words here, the words from Isaiah 40 and 31. And let me get the word. I think it's from 25 and 15. Let me see where we at. 49 verses.
I think last week they was past 25 already.
Yeah, I think it was 25 and 15 last week, right? So 49 verses onward from Exodus 25 and 15. Okay. We'll probably do just one verse if we can get that. Exodus 26 and 25 is where we're going to start. So 26 and 25. Exodus. Okay. Now again, y'all are gonna see in real time what I just did, during the class, right? Just pretty much reading the Hebrew. So again, you have to be familiar with some level of root words. It just comes with practice. And the more you read, the more you'll know. Right, let me see the boom. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for just a second, and I'm gonna share it back again. All right, so let me get to where I need to be.
Double check on the comments for you.
The water.
No comments.
All right, cool. You good? So share this right here. Stop sharing. Present. Share screen. All right, let's work it out. All right, cool. So from Exodus 26 and 25, we right here with it. So wa hayawa, the root here. Again, this just comes from experience. Click on this thing. All right, haya, which means to be. All right. Then you have shamana. All right, shamana is 8. All right, if you go into it, there's shamana, number 8. All right, korashium. All right, so korash would be a board or a plank. All right, korash, board of wood, or plank. It could be the deck of a ship, which of course is made of, boards of wood, right? So that's fine. We'll leave that there. Okay, then we have wa adanyaham. Okay, so adan is the A, right? Let me see. What was that? What's this?
Like you said, I got Kawap as wings from last week.
Kawap as wings from last week?
Yeah. And not Abar.
Let me look it up. So wings. Okay. Abar. Let me search wing. You said kabar?
Kawap.
Kawap. Okay. Could be kanap. I see kanap right here. Yeah.
Yeah, can be.
Kanap. Let me look at last week's notes. Let me find it. Last week's notes are right here.
It's the last the fifth.
Kanap means wing. Yeah, so that would be that one. Again, you have multiple words which can mean the same thing. You'd go for the more prevalent, right? So wing right here, kanap. If I find what we just had, which was a bar. This one.
Yeah, a bar.
Which one is more common? So kanap is more common for wing, right?
Okay.
So you'd use kanap, unless there's another word which again is more frequent. You'd use kanap. Where are we at with it? Here. Okay, so Quarash. Get back to where he was at. Okay, you have Adanyaham.
So like I said, can you put it
look.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, Adan means Adan here means base or socket. Then we're just gonna read this one verse if we can even finish it because we're low on the time, and then we'll close out in just a second. All right, kasap. Kasap is a word which means maybe silver, but it also became the word for money. All right, so you talk about money, you can say kasap or kasapium. All right, you have shashar, which the root is just shashar, which is 6. You have aishara, so that would be 16, 6 and 10. All right, so aishara, which is 10. Adanyam, sockets, shanya, so shanya is 2. Again, a lot of these are numbers, not text. 10. Okay, Adanyam, thakath. All right, thakath, the word which means underneath. All right, so you have iwa, which means up or above. Thakath, that's how you'd say under, beneath, or bottom, below. Yeah, under, place. Okay. All right, cool. Where we just the kath, hakwarash, so under the board, ha'akad. So of course we have ha as a preposition meaning the. We have Akkad, which means one. And then that's verse 25. Right? So those are all the root words in this verse. Right? So it was from where, here to here. Those are the words from Exodus 25 and 26 and 25. All right. With that, I think if anyone hasn't finished, what y'all probably want to do is take screenshots. But we had to close out, so On the End can run. You gotta make sure y'all tune into On the End tonight, of course, hosted by Captain Karathia and Officer Dumgabar. You know what I'm saying? That we're going into some heavy topics tonight. Make sure y'all tune into that. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Trooper Ira. If you could close out with the salute, Baba Kushar.
And I'm going to answer. Water for the class, one smoke, sir. So, man of Israel, I imagine, I'm going to give the teacher a courtesy of salute. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Barakatam.
Yad Yamatah. Sar. We're going to give the sisters a courtesy of salute. So, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh Shamara Matan Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Yad Yamatah. Class dismissed.
All right. Water once again. We'll tune in next week, Friday, for the Lashawan Qadash. Again, you can catch me on Monday, on Thursday for Real Time Revelations. Catch me next Saturday for the Leicester class. Catch me wherever you catch me. I'm all over the place. Do a lot of things. The ISUPK United Kingdom, we doing a lot of work. All right. All right. With that, how about me? Brother, shalom.
Shalom.
I on the bar. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.